So podcast hosts Carla Marie and Anthony are longtime friends of New Day Northwest, but I only just met them earlier this year, so I kind of just assumed they were a couple. And boy, oh boy, did they give me a hard time about that. But then they announced on social media that they're actually a couple. So you can bet producer Suzie Wiley and I wasted no time at all calling them out in our latest Hot Topics segment. Last time we talked, I unwittingly stumbled upon the relationship question and you said, we're not a couple. You two, you don't have kids, right? Neither of you?
No, I don't.
No.
I am a daughter, though.
Together at all, right?
No.
What was that? I didn't even hear what.
Do we have kids together? Are we together? Either way, the answer is no.
No kids with
Our
anyone.
kids is our show. That's about it.
The way you said it, you said, congratulations on the announcement. And we were so confused. I was like, we didn't announce anything. Did I send the text to the wrong person?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
So when we talked to you, it was right around Easter. We were talking about peeps and all those things. And we knew that we were less than 2 months out from being able to talk about the fact that we were dating. And when you said to us, congrats on the announcement, afterwards, I was like, did you say something to someone? He was like, no, did you? And we were like, how does she know?
Everything almost came.
We were talking about that story about, do you tell your daughter you're pretty? And Amity was like, wait, do you have kids? Wait, are you together? And I was thinking, oh, why are you asking him that? We don't know they're not together. And then all of a sudden it got awkward and we didn't include it in the story.
Scolded me.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
They were perpetrating something.
We panicked.
This is what happens when you keep secrets.
Yeah,
from
For
us.
sure. No more.
I will
secrets.
say it feels so much better now that everyone knows that we have been dating and whatnot. Like there's nothing that either of us have to hide or lie
so
about
nice.
or stretch the truth about. So it's been so much more comfortable and relaxing just living life.
I actually dated my husband when we worked together. We were coworkers and we couldn't tell anyone. And at one point we wanted to take vacation together. And so one of my colleagues said, where are you going on vacation? I said, we're going to Mazatlan. And he said, so it's Chris Boyd chili. And from there, I understand and you're forgiven. We love you guys.
Thank you.
We love you back.
Thank you very much.
But no more secrets.
Deal.
No more
Done.
secrets
Deal.
from Auntie Amity and Auntie Sue.
Never.
Fair.
The one thing that most new couples experience, y'all are already cohabitating. So how's that been?
It's kind of crazy because we have truly done every part of life together except the dating part until like now. So we know each other so well that we kind of knew what we were getting into. So even living together, I mean, Anthony is so anal when it comes to cleaning and I'm kind of the opposite. So he just spends his days cleaning up my mess.
Yeah, messy Marie over here doesn't know how to put things away, but we came at it from a point of understanding what each of us expected out of a relationship just because we had talked about relationships for so long.
So the toilet seat up, toilet seat down, how you do the toilet paper, over, under.
Yeah, all of it settled. It's crazy. Well, I'm sure we'll find something at some point. He has left the toilet seat up twice and I've almost fallen in both times.
Twice. You're keeping score. Twice.
Keeping score.
I mean, considering how many times we have to go on a daily basis, I would say twice overall is pretty good.
Well, and the fact that he cleans. I mean, come on.
Trade-off.
Well, that's delightful. Actually, what a great way to develop a relationship. You already know all this stuff, so jump right in. As opposed to our next topic, have y'all seen this?
I want to get married. I want to have babies before I'm like 26. Do you have health insurance?
Welcome to the strangest blind date ever.
This crazy dating show from the UK. Yes. Where have we gone as a society? I ask you.
It is like
Sexy Beast.
Yeah, it's like Masked Singer, but dating.
The Bachelor meets Masked Singer.
Yeah, I'm going to be there to 100% watch the entire thing, but it is so weird.
Well, we actually talked about this on our Twitch show last week. And the interesting thing is a lot of people will be like, oh, well, this is going to prove that looks don't matter. And it's about the relationship and the connection that you make. But at the end of the day, shouldn't looks matter? Shouldn't you be attracted to the person that you're with?
It's a huge part.
Right.
The idea that that's not part of chemistry at all. I mean, I agree that you should look beyond that.
Yeah.
Right.
But how do you look beyond anything when your date is dressed like a fox or Shrek's wife or
Yeah.
What if you don't like dolphins? What if you have a dolphin phobia and that's the person you get?
right.
Done. It could be the love of your life, but no.
What if the dolphin version of yourself looks better than the real version of yourself?
All of the anxiety that comes when you meet somebody on a blind date and will they like how I look or whatever,
Yeah.
you have that all over again because then you have to take off your dolphin head.
Carla
Do you
Marie.
think that they're actually going to cast people who general society doesn't think is good looking?
When they reveal some of the people, they're mostly like pretty attractive people.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I mean, just the idea that anyone would think that that's how you test your chemistry with somebody.
I'm sorry. We did this with the dating gang in 1965. Yeah.
If you were on the show, what animal would you want them to dress you up as is the question.
Obviously a cat.
Same.
Okay.
Can we be the same? We'd be the same.
We'd be the same.
Maybe a hedgehog.
I would go with a koala because I don't think I've ever met anyone who hasn't been like, oh, that koala is really cute.
Okay. That's
Right.
I mean, I'm telling you, dressed as a dolphin, I'm out. I just can't. I could not have a conversation with a dolphin that wasn't actually a dolphin. But anyway, besides the point, don't go anywhere because Hot Topics, it continues after the break. Let's talk about the hot weather this summer. So where do you go to cool off? Now, I am blessed. I have an air conditioning unit.
I have gone into Costco and you go deep back into the dairy section and you just stand in the corner
like
and
that
check your
separate
phone.
room?
Yeah, it's a perfect temperature for milk. I just head into the back corner and I maybe check my phone, look around every once in a while as if I'm waiting for my husband to get to the dairy section.
one thing that I will say, we do not have enough pools in the Pacific Northwest, but I love going to Golden Gardens because it's hot, you're on the beach, but the water is so cold. So you get like that instant shock and then you have time to cool off and go back in and shock yourself again. And then
I will say that I normally walk to the gym that's pretty close to where we live. And on the really hot days, I'll go to where they do the Zumba classes because they just have like a hardwood floor and I'll just lay on the floor for a couple minutes to cool down.
That's good.
I saw a meme that was like, I just looked and saw my neighbor who's got 2 full-grown kids and she just blew up a kiddie pool and got in with a glass of white wine. I'm going to be that girl.
Yeah.
yeah,
You need to.
So smart.
If you can find a kiddie pool right now.
I have like 3 blow-up pools in my garage right now.
I love it. I think we have an extra one here in prop storage. So
I'm taking it.
Props are always good.
UPIs are nice. This is what you might get. Next topic, graduation speech season, apparently. Is there anything left unsaid from your high school or college? And what maybe would you add that into like a speech if you were to give the graduation speech?
I would want everyone to know it's all fake. It's all made up. We're all pretending. Being an adult isn't real.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to know.
Oh my God, I love that. That is some deep, deep philosophy. I don't know that they would understand that. It takes like the 10,000 foot view to finally get that deep philosophy.
Yeah.
It's like, look at the person you think is super successful. They're making it up as they go. And that's all you have to realize.
I love that.
I think if I went to college, I'd be like, yeah, those student loans you're graduating with, and you don't realize, like, you're like, oh, whatever, I'll pay it off. No, you won't. So just be prepared.
I think for high school, I might take a look back at the whole popularity thing and tell people that the people that are popular now, that won't even matter, and I wish I could have told myself that. And also that somebody gets to decide who's popular, what makes them popular.
But when you're in high school, that's your whole world.
Right.
Like I go back now, I'm like, what? You were such an idiot. What were you thinking?
I would say don't waste your time on people that aren't right for you. My thing I loved most about college was being able to explore so many different people with different tastes. And I would just say, even going into adulthood, like if the person doesn't serve you, say, see you, bye.
Yeah.
I think I'd say hang out in the smoking area more. We had a smoking area in high school. That's how old I am. And I think back now at how there was this whole stigma of those kids.
Yeah.
And I think now I'd say all kids, like, let's just hang out with each other. That the cliques that happened, I look at that differently now.
We didn't have like a smoking area in my high school, but we had the place off campus that the smokers and the bad kids used to go. And just to add on to that whole stigma of that area, it was called the rat hole. That's what even the teachers were like, oh, that kid hangs out in the rat hole.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of those naughty kids, have you guys ever seen the show Gossip Girl?
I am familiar. I wasn't like the biggest fan, but I'm familiar.
Yeah. Blake Lively. I mean, love her.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous. Is there a flaw on that woman? I can't
No.
even. With that whole show, I mean, it was about a bunch of rich kids were doing stupid things and had all this drama. And I remember it being on at the time that the great recession was happening. Jobs were hard to come by. It was not a good time for many people. I'm like, I don't want to watch these rich kids. But apparently things are better now because it's getting a reboot. What do we think of this, Suze?
Well, I mean, it's getting a reboot, but they're saying that the kids are going to be different. They're going to be more socially aware and socially conscious. And the rich kids, there will still be rich kids, but instead of taking limos, they'll take Ubers.
That's the change.
Things like that, they'll think more about it. And that's great. I'm just not so sure that people tuned in and will tune in to see that. I think people tuned in to see how rich kids live.
Yes.
Yeah. I think what people watched that show for was not for rich kids with great morals. It was, it was like, oh, this is how rich kids who are kind of disassociated from the rest of the world, maybe void of morality, are going to hang out. And that was the draw of the show.
Anthony, I don't think I noticed till this day what a deep philosophical man you are.
Don't.
I'm going to keep that. I'm going to take that clip and just run with it forever.
Please don't give him any more ammo or whatever.
I apologize.
All day.
And then we're going to butt it up against Carla Marie's Let the Toilet Seat Down 2 times.
Well, Carla Marie later reported that Anthony forgot to put the toilet seat down a 3rd time, but she's going to let that one go just this once.